Hello everybody and welcome to part 11 of this sculpting demonstration where I'm going to be putting together a piranha plant I've been making. This is pretty much finishing up the series right here. These are the materials I'm going to be using for this video from what I can think of. This is a bag of Quikrete. It's a pre-mixed bag of mortar and sand. It's already been mixed properly. All you have to do is just add water. So this is really cool. And I got this stuff from Lowe's. This was only $1.99, so it wasn't very expensive. And this right here is polyurethane. I got it from Lowe's as well. Was about $6, and it's gonna serve several purposes for me. The main thing is after I put the concrete down, I wanted to put something on top that would pretty much be self-leveling, and I also wanted the surface to be black and kind of flat black. And I noticed several of you suggested maybe using fake moss or soil, but the piranha plant in Mario, it comes out of that pipe. It's like a void. It's able to actually disappear inside the pipe and come out and spit fire and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of keep to that and just make the surface as flat and black as possible to make it look like a void. So this is actually cool because it's classic black satin, and it's going to actually solve several steps at one time. And I have a couple of dowel rods here. I'm going to use this to secure the plant, one on each side of the plant, and basically lift it up using DVD cases. I'm also going to be using Hybond. This is stuff that I used to use when I did construction. I used to do stucco plastering. For those of you who don't know what that is, I basically made the outside of houses look real pretty with texturing and stuff like that, made with mud. A lot of work with styrofoam and stuff like that. But this is kind of like, it looks like Elmer's glue pretty much. I don't know if it's exact same chemical formula of Elmer's glue, but usually you just use this stuff in your stucco when you're stuccoing over painted surfaces. But it can't hurt to use that. It'll just ensure that everything sticks, and it sticks to the walls of the metal. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, before I get started, I'm going to be using some of this stuff right here. It's from Loctite. It's basically a two-part putty, repair putty. You got a white inner part and a blue outer part. When you mix these two parts together, it gets really hot and really hard pretty fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some up and wrap it around the end of this copper wire, because I didn't give myself much to work with when it goes as far as embedding this into that concrete. So I just want to extend it a little bit, kind of make a root, and maybe have it flared a little bit on the end to where it doesn't come out of the concrete that easy, if ever at all. So what I'm going to do is just cut a little bit of this off. I don't quite need all of that. And I'm going to just mix it in my fingers really quickly. Once it's fully mixed, and you can tell it's mixed when it's all one color, it starts getting really, really hot, and it's getting sticky already. And boy, does this stuff stink. I don't know if you've ever smelt this stuff, but it's definitely not flowers. But I'm just mixing it up here. The better you mix it, the more you mix it, the better. But you got to be careful not to mess with it too long, because it's pretty much already starting to kick off from the stickiness. Can you hear that? And this is actually the second time I'm doing this, because I wasn't filming the first time. That's why it looks messy right here. I had to pull it off before it got hard. So I'm just going to put that on here. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. And I'm going to use this to support it. And this is what I meant by flaring it a little bit. Just kind of like make it maybe like a T or something. This acts like an anchor in that concrete. So I'm going to let it sit like this and give it a chance to kick off. And then I'll start the next part. Okay, this is the contraption that I came up with. It's terribly simple. All it is, like I mentioned before, these are the dowel rods. They're positioned on both sides of the Piranha Plant's head, and I got it taped on both ends to keep it from wanting to roll out. And this just cradles the plant, and it sits by itself right in there. I did stick a toothpick right here to help adjust the angle a little bit, how it's going to set in there. But this will basically free up my hands to where I can take these two leaves and stick them in there, you know, and position them how I want to. I'll most likely wind up having to hold these for a while until it starts setting up, but I'm okay with that. I have the patience to do that, I guess. I got my little bucket. Found this under the sink. It's all crooked. Doesn't matter. My mud and a little margin trowel I'm going to use to mix it up somewhat. I'm just going to add a little bit to start off with. I probably should be doing this outside. But oh well. Just going to add a little bit. Now I'm going to add just some regular water, just a little bit at a time. Kind of test this out. It's clumping up already. I'm going to add a little bit of that bond. A little more water. I want it to be fairly loose so it can settle easier. But the looser I make it, the harder, the longer it's going to take to dry. That looks good. I haven't seen mud in a long time. That looks great. Now I'm not sure if this is going to be a good angle, but I can't really mess with that camera right now, so I'm just going to start filling this up with mud. Taking my time here because I really don't want to make a huge mess on that paint job. One thing I learned with messing with mud, if you do get a little bit on something, you don't use water because that just makes things worse. Just let it dry and then pick it off or do whatever it takes. Especially when doing stone. Grouting stone anyways. Okay, that looks about right. As you can see, I got a little piece of mud right here. Like I said, I'm not worried about that. Gets the bubbles out and helps level it. just going to lower it down in there. Like so. I'm try to get a look at it from several angles here. Walk around all the lamps and whatnot. Okay, it looks good like that. I don't have to worry about how critical this looks because I'm going to be adding a layer of the polyurethane on top to act as a leveling agent. Now I have to remember this one went on this side. I'm just going to stick it down in there. And this one went like this. You got to be kidding me. I'm not even having to hold that one. So yeah, I'm just holding this all day because I care. You know, I really want this to work. Okay, I think I just got slick and I added a ball of tape, reversed the stickiness, and I propped it up underneath that. I'm going to be using this syringe to extract the polyurethane from the can to put it in there. Hopefully this keeps it nice and clean for me. Okay guys, not only is this the end of the video, but this is pretty much the end of the series. This project is complete. It is finished. I am officially done. And you can look forward to a recap, final reveal. That should be fun. And I really appreciate you guys for, hanging out with me during this project. It was an adventure, to say the least. You make it really worthwhile. Looking forward to hearing from all of y'all. So let me know what you think as far as how I went about, putting this all together, the final steps to this. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you for dealing with such a long video. Sorry about that. I just had a lot to show you. You guys have all been awesome, like always. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you here again soon. Thank you so much.